thejbeans.net.
One of our favorite parts of cruising is stepping off our ship and enjoying some tasty, local food. And ports like San Juan, Puerto Rico are no exception. In this video, we'll share the food tour we enjoyed when we docked in historic Old San Juan aboard the MSC Seascape in April 2025. During our visit, we spent several hours exploring Old San Juan on foot, trying a variety of treats, sipping on some local drinks, and taking in the great waterfront views. Just a quick note that if you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up or leave a comment. It really helps our channel. And consider subscribing so you get alerted when we add new videos. Our food tour started at about 10 a.m. as we walked the short distance from the ship's pier to Highway 1, or Calle Marina. The road roughly borders the southern end of Old San Juan. And as we reached the waterfront sidewalk that follows the road, we turned left and headed west. We continued walking until we reached Calle de la Tanca, where we turned right and headed inland for a couple of blocks to the first stop on our tour, Café Cuatro Sombras. The cozy little cafe was located at the intersection with Calle Recinto Sur. Inside, we purchased a drip coffee and a quesito, which is a flaky, golden pastry filled with sweetened cream cheese and coated with a simple sugar syrup. The pastry is a popular treat in Puerto Rico, and we quickly discovered why. The cafe had a small amount of seating inside, as well as a shaded outdoor nook located towards the back. We were able to find a table inside to enjoy our tasty coffee and quesito, which cost a total of $6. It's worth noting that Puerto Rico is a self-governing U.S. territory, which means the official currency is the U.S. dollar. We brought cash for most of our food tour purchases since we only ordered a few small items to share at each stop. And a couple places, like our first stop, did not accept credit cards. With a great start to our food tour, we returned to Calle de la Tanca and turned left to continue walking further inland. Eventually, we came to the intersection with Calle de San Francisco, and we turned right to stop at Cafeteria Mallorca. We stepped inside and ordered a namesake Mallorca, which is a soft, sweet bread roll that's dusted with powdered sugar and sometimes grilled with butter. The single roll cost $3, and we all agreed that it tasted a bit plain. However, we also realized that might just be the nature of the pastry, so the store is still worth a stop if you prefer more subtle flavors or want to try some of their other items. Next, we backtracked a bit and headed west along Calle de San Francisco for about a block until we arrived at Choco Bar Cortez, a spot known for its chocolate-themed menu. We were quickly seated at a table and ordered a quesito Cortez, an order of 6 churros, and a cup of hot chocolate made from 70% dark chocolate. The hot chocolate came with a small block of cheese on the side that's traditionally dipped into the drink. We gave it a try, but didn't really care for the combo, so we stuck with sipping the hot chocolate by itself. Everything we ordered was rich, flavorful, and absolutely worth the stop, and our total came to just under $19. From Choco Bar Cortez, we continued west along Calle de San Francisco. At the intersection with Calle de la Cruz, we turned right and walked north about half a block to Birra and Empanadas. While it was still a bit early for the beer part of the restaurant's name, we couldn't pass up the empanadas. We ordered a couple to share, and they came with a selection of flavorful sauces. The combination of crispy pastry and delicious, savory filling made this one of our favorite stops of the day. And our total for the 2 empanadas was $8. Continuing just a bit further up the street, we found Drunken Cookies at the corner of Calle de la Cruz and Calle de la Luna. The fun little cookie shop was known for its wild flavor combos and mini liquor shots that you squeeze into your cookie. We ordered a s'mores cookie for $6, sat down at a table, and gave it a try both ways, with and without the liquor. The liquor shot was a fun gimmick, but we honestly preferred the cookie on its own. After finishing up at Drunken Cookies, we walked west along Calle de la Luna for about a block until we reached a T intersection overlooking a church parking lot. From there, we made a quick right and then a left to stay on Calle de la Luna, continuing just a short distance before hitting another T intersection. We made another quick left and then a right onto Calle Las Monjas, which led us west toward the fortification overlooking the waterfront. Near the small park overlooking the bay, we found Limbers del Viejo San Juan, a hidden little spot serving traditional Puerto Rican frozen treats called limbers. The icy desserts are made from fruit juice or milk, served in a cup, and eaten like a popsicle by squeezing from the bottom. The limber shop was easy to miss since it was just a small window facing the sidewalk tucked under a tree. And since nobody was at the window, we simply rang the bell for service. Flavors available during our visit included coconut, passion fruit, lemon, raspberry, and guava pineapple. We ordered a lemon limber for $2, and it was a delicious, refreshing treat that really hit the spot in the afternoon heat. Leaving the limbers shop, we continued south to the large gate that opened up to a great view of San Juan Bay. The gate is a historically significant part of the city's old fortification wall. If you're interested in our walking tour that covers more of these historical sites of Old San Juan, we've linked to that video in the description below. Returning back through the gate and walking along Caleta de San Juan, we came to the Basilica of St. John the Baptist. From there, we turned right to walk south along Calle del Cristo. After a couple of blocks, we turned left onto Calle de la Fortaleza and walked east about half a block to Barachina, which claims to be the birthplace of the Piña Colada. Since we arrived around noon, the line for tables was pretty long. However, we were just there for the piña coladas, so we headed to the to-go line at the bar. There, we ordered a small piña colada for $10. A larger souvenir cup option was available for $14.50. The drink was cold, sweet, and well worth the quick stop. And speaking of quick stops, Barachina had restrooms available, which made for a convenient pit stop along our tour. Leaving the restaurant, we backtracked to the intersection with Calle del Cristo and turned left to head south to Pigeon Park. From there, we turned left to head east along Calle Tetuan for a quick photo op at La Casa Estrecha, or the Narrow House. The house measures just over 5 feet wide, or about 1.6 meters. Continuing east for about a block along Calle Tetuan, we stopped at Señor Paleta, a paleta shop known for its wide variety of frozen popsicle flavors made with fresh fruit and creamy ingredients. Paletas are Mexican-style frozen treats that are similar to ice pops, but usually made from real, high-quality ingredients. We ordered an Oreo paleta for $5, and it was another great way to cool down during the afternoon. From Señor Paleta, we continued east along Calle Tetuan to the intersection with Calle de San Justo. We then turned right to head south towards the waterfront and La Casita de Rones. The restaurant was located in a pink-colored building that was situated in a shady park with great views of the harbor. After getting a table, we ordered a tripleta, which is a Puerto Rican sandwich made with 3 types of meat, usually pork, ham, and steak, served with cheese and sauces. We also ordered queso frito, or fried cheese, and some sodas and bottled water. The meal was quite tasty and was a bit larger than any of our previous stops. The total for everything was just over $37. After finishing up our meal, we had a clear view of our ship from the park, and we wrapped up the first part of our food tour by heading back on board for a break to freshen up. Later in the evening, around 5:30, we headed back out for some dinner and dessert in Old San Juan. We again followed the waterfront sidewalk until we reached the intersection with Calle Paseo de Colón. We spotted a Walgreens at the corner of the intersection and turned north to walk inland. We followed the road for about 2 blocks to the T intersection, then we walked up the short staircase to a courtyard filled with restaurants and outdoor covered seating. We decided to enjoy dinner at Don Taco, which had both indoor and outdoor seating available. After reviewing the menu, we ordered a full dinner of 3 soft-shell tacos, queso fundido, an aguacate pollo, and 3 bottled waters. The total for our meal was $51. We all tried bites of everything we ordered, and the entire dinner was delicious. It was also a nice change of pace from the smaller bites we enjoyed earlier in the day. To finish our food tour, we turned left as we exited Don Taco to walk north along Calle de O'Donnell. About a block later, we came to the intersection with Calle de San Francisco. From there, we turned left and found Sweet Haley's. The ice cream shop's menu featured a wide variety of colorful, over-the-top concoctions. Since we had just finished a good-sized dinner, we ordered a Gimme S'more signature cone to share. Our treat was served in a cinnamon sugar cone and was topped with marshmallows, chocolate chips, cinnamon toast crunch cereal, and chocolate syrup. The total was just over $11. After finishing up our tasty ice cream, we headed back to the waterfront and took a few nighttime photos of our ship before calling it a day. In total, we visited 11 different eateries and spent just over $158 for all 3 of us to enjoy a full day of food and drinks. It was a fun, filling, and flavorful way to explore Old San Juan, all within walking distance of the cruise port.